Hello everyone, it's Liza McNamara here to talk to you today about the importance of passion and going with the flow. See, what I've noticed about life is that you have two types of people. You get those that are passionate about what they're doing and where they're going and how they're living their life, and then you have those that aren't living their true life, that aren't doing what they want to do, that aren't moving towards where they want to go towards, and they kind of try and force themselves to do what they have to do each day to get to where they want to get, right? And the difference between the two is very, very significant. Like, I've noticed people who are passionate about where they're going tend to be very successful, and the ones who aren't passionate, who are forcing themselves to do a certain thing, may be successful for a period and then they have a nervous breakdown or something, or they may be mediocrely successful. So they might have a good salary and a comfortable lifestyle, but not that successful. No, they're not like super successful. And then you get those that just struggle so much because they're forcing themselves every single day to do things that they can't stand to do. And it's so easy to become the kind of person that enjoys every single day of your life. It's so easy. I mean, all it takes is one decision. That's it, just one decision. And once you've made that decision, the decisions that come after that, they're the hard ones. That's where the sacrifices come in. That's where you have to make sacrifices. That's where sometimes you have to do what you have to do to get to where you want to get, right? Like, you might have to work 16-hour days for a month, but better to spend 16 hours a day working at something which you enjoy doing, which you love doing, than to work 8 hours a day doing something that you love. Like, for instance, a year and a half ago, I was spending 16 hours a day, 6 or 7 days a week on the computer. I would say more like 7 days a week on the computer. And I'm a very active person. I like to be active. I like to run and dance and sing and be crazy and be active. Like, I can sit down at a computer, I can sit down and do a website for 3 hours, but I'm a very active person, and I forced myself to get through that because I had the passion associated with what I was doing. So there are certain things which you can do, but you have to have that overwhelming desire to do whatever it is that you're doing. So if at the moment you're doing something which you feel is not you, you have to stop. You have to, and it might take you 5 years, it might take you 1 year, it might take you 10 years, it might take you 6 months. Whatever you have to do, you have to make those changes so that your life is one of passion and abundance and joy, because anybody can create passion and abundance and joy in their life. They just have to go with the flow. They just have to allow themselves to do what they want to do, and you know in your heart if you're doing that or not. You'll know because you can feel it. It's like it's there or it's not there. You can tell when you look at someone, you can just look in their eyes and you can see straight away if they're doing this or not. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out. You just got to ask yourself, am I happy? That's it. If you're not, then you're probably not doing the right things. And obviously everyone has ups and downs. Everyone has like this roller coaster ride, right? You know, anything they do, like anything you do, you've got to take the good with the bad. I'm not saying that everything's supposed to be easy here. What I am saying is you should have passion and desire to do what you need to do. Because when you're passionate about something, if you get a challenge, what happens? Oh, so what? You know, who cares? Like, if I'm tired, if I have 4 hours sleep for a few days, for a week or whatever, I still have energy, and that's because I'm passionate about what I'm doing. And that's the difference, you see. But if I was doing something I didn't enjoy, then I wouldn't have that passion. I wouldn't be willing to go on 4 hours sleep for a week. No way, you must be mad. But when you're happy, makes everything easy and everything flows. Another thing is, if you have synchronicity, like synchronicity is when weird things happen, those weird unexplainable things, like when you get to the bus stop and the bus just suddenly happens to be there. That happens to me, I'm not kidding, 95% of the time that I go to the bus stop, if I'm on my own, the bus comes straight away. And that's because I have synchronicity. I'm in tune with what's going on. Like, for instance, I'll be about to call a friend and they will call me. That's because me and that person have synchronicity. And like, you'll be thinking about someone and then they'll call you, or vice versa. And the thing is, right, if you pay attention to this and you flow with it and you really trust it, then you can really go to wherever you want to go in your life. So the two things to look out for are synchronicity and happiness. If you're happy, then that's fantastic. That probably means you're doing the right thing and moving towards where you want to move towards. And also, if you have these weird things that happen that are completely unexplainable, like, for instance, the other day I was in the city and I was talking to a friend on the phone, and they just happened to walk past where I was walking past. And these kind of things happen to me all the time with people that I'm friends with, people that I interact with. It's really bizarre in a way. But when you understand what's happening at a deeper level, we are all energy, and a lot of people don't understand what I'm saying. But basically, everything is one. It is not separate, it is one. But that is a topic I will not go into because it's far too complicated for most people. It's like trying to explain quantum physics. I mean, quantum physics is actually easier for most people to understand. And quantum physics is fantastic, but I won't confuse you any further by talking about quantum physics or synchronicity. Like, if you've ever got the train in the rush hour, you'll see what I mean. The people just look so depressed, like it's the end of the world. And you see the odd person that actually looks happy, and it's always difficult not to stare at those people because you think, oh, why are they happy? What are they doing? What's different about that person? And it's because they're obviously doing something they're passionate about. But that's another example, amongst many others, of why it's so important to be happy. Like, do you want to be one of those dead, morose people that are sitting on the train or in traffic on the M4 or whatever the highway is, wherever you live, in the rush hour? Or do you want to be one of those people who have this glint in their eye, who have this thing about them that makes people go, oh, who are you? It's all about becoming somebody that other people want to become. It's all about becoming somebody that other people want to get to know more. Like, you know, some people, you speak to them and they just have this thing and you just want to talk to them more. You want to get to know more, and they intrigue you and they interest you, and there's this thing about them. We all have it. We all have it. It's not something you're born with. It's something that you develop when you allow yourself to live the life that you really want to live.